Good afternoon, folks. Early evening. Yeah, that was a tough game to watch last night. I really thought I was watching Ohio State Michigan all over again. Hats off to Indiana. They deserved it. First time in 30 years they actually beat Ohio State. So, hats off to you. 13-10. Same final score against Michigan. Now the question is, how will Ohio State respond? Will they actually come out and execute like they did last year in the tournament and actually win the whole damn thing? Or will they actually fall apart somewhere along the line? Well, actually, here's what I want to do. I'll come out with a bracket later on tonight when I do this again later on. But here, I want you all to hear one thing. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to root for Oregon, Penn State, and... I want to root for Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana. I root for those three. Obviously, we might have a rematch with Indiana. Unless Oregon upsets Indiana, because that's the way it might turn out. And if we do end up playing Oregon, great. If we end up playing Indiana, great. You know why? Because I want to shut up Mr. Paul Feinbaum. Because he said this in the following words. I want you to hear very closely.
The last question that I have for you, and it's really just to have it on record. Who's going to win the national championship, and is it going to be an SEC team?
It is, and by the way, if it's not, I'm leaving the country because I am so sick and tired of being harassed by Big Ten fans on our show. The Big Ten has literally done nothing. They won 2 national championships. Michigan won one 2 years ago. They've won 1.5 national championships, I think, and before that in 70 years, and they act like they invented football. Alabama has won about 15 national championships in my lifetime. Now, I realize that's not a good comparison to a realistic lifespan, but I believe Texas is going to win. I didn't mean to avoid your question. It's going to end all this, and on January 20th, I'll be the happiest man in America because I won't have to listen to the big tenors, or as my callers call them, the little tenors.
Seriously. Are you kidding me? Does this little jerk think that... Judging by the way Indiana played, if Ohio State doesn't make it past their first round, I think Indiana will win it all. Honestly think they will. Unless Ohio State and Indiana get past... Now, if Indiana doesn't win, it'll be Ohio State. If Ohio State doesn't win, it's Indiana. I really think it's going to be one of those two. Honestly. Because I have not been impressed with Texas A&M. I have not been impressed with Miami. They literally played like garbage. Unless there's some kind of magic one of them two can pull out of their hat. I mean, unless Ohio State plays like they just did, I don't see Ohio State getting past anybody. I mean, Ohio State would have to play like that the entire rest of the way. I mean, Ohio State got a bye, great. They're going to be literally in Texas, so honestly, I want Miami to win, because I'm sick and tired of Texas. Of just hearing about Texas. I hope Miami beats Texas. I want this to be a beat down by Texas over. I want this to be a beat down for Texas A&M to win. But, overall, I seriously think this is going to be embarrassing. I seriously think Texas is embarrassing. Alabama... I don't know. I seriously think Crimson Tide, after that beatdown yesterday, that was embarrassing. I don't know. We'll talk about that later on and who you think should have taken their place and everything on what you think. Well, with that being said, I'm going to print that out later on and figure out what needs to be said. With that being said, hit the like button, hit the bell notifications. That being said, I'm out of here. Peace.